Do you ever feel like your insides are just stuck, like things just aren't moving the way they used to? It can be more than just uncomfortable, can it? That bloated feeling, the constant nagging pressure, the worry it causes. It can really take a toll on your day-to-day life. It's a surprisingly common issue as we get a bit older. A frustrating reality many of us face. But what if I told you that fixing it doesn't have to involve harsh medications or complicated routines? What if the secret was as simple as adding a few delicious things to your plate in this video? We're going to look at 5 simple, natural foods that can help get things moving again, easing that discomfort and bringing back some regularity. These aren't magic pills, but amazing helpers straight from nature's pantry. Stick around to the end, because I'll share something that might surprise you about getting the best results. Let's dive right in. Starting with the first one that many people immediately think of when they hear about getting things moving. And for good reason. I'm talking about prunes. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Maybe you haven't had prunes since you were a child, or maybe you think they're just for a specific purpose. But let me tell you, prunes, or dried plums as they technically are absolute powerhouses for digestion, especially as we get a bit older. Why are they so effective? It comes down to a few key things working together. First off, prunes are incredibly high in fiber. We all know fiber is important for digestion. Right. It adds bulk to your stool, which helps it move through your system more easily. Think of it like adding just the right amount of structure to help things flow smoothly down a pipe. Prunes contain both soluble and insoluble fiber. The soluble fiber dissolves in water and forms a gel-like substance, which can help soften the stool. The insoluble fiber adds that necessary bulk. But prunes have a secret weapon beyond just fiber. They contain a natural sugar alcohol called sorbitol. Now, sorbitol isn't easily digested, and that's a good thing in this case when it reaches your large intestine. It draws water into the bowel. More water in the bowel helps to soften the stool even further and stimulates bowel movements. It's like giving your digestive system a gentle, natural push. Another important compound in prunes is phenolic compounds. These act as antioxidants, but some research also suggests they can help stimulate gut bacteria that produce beneficial short-chain fatty acids, which can support bowel health. So, you've got the fiber for bulk and structure, the sorbitol for drawing in water and stimulating movement, and these beneficial compounds all working in concert. It's a pretty impressive package for a little dried fruit. Now, how do you actually incorporate prunes into your diet effectively? You don't need to eat a whole box at once. And in fact, starting with too many might cause the opposite problem: discomfort and even diarrhea because of the sorbitol. The key is to start small and be consistent. A good starting point is often just 4 to 5 prunes a day. You can eat them plain, straight from the package. They make a surprisingly satisfying sweet snack. Or, you can get a little more creative. Chop them up and add them to your morning oatmeal or cereal. We'll talk more about oats later. Stir them into yogurt. Blend them into a smoothie. You can even simmer them in a little water to make a prune juice concentrate. Although eating the whole fruit gives you all the fiber, many people find that having their prunes in the morning works well, perhaps with breakfast or as a mid-morning snack. Consistency is more important than timing, though. The body needs time to get used to the increased fiber and sorbitol. Give it a few days, or even a week, of consistent daily intake before expecting dramatic results. For some people, drinking prune juice can also be effective, as it still contains the sorbitol. But you miss out on the insoluble fiber. If you go the juice route, make sure it's 100% prune juice and perhaps start with a small glass. Say about 4 ounces to see how your body reacts. Remember, listen to your body. If 4 to 5 prunes feel like too much initially, try 2 or 3 and slowly increase. The goal is gentle, natural relief, not adding new discomfort. Think about adding prunes like adding a little extra helper to your daily routine. It's a simple step, but one that can make a world of difference when your system is feeling sluggish. I've heard so many stories from people who were amazed at how effective something so simple could be. It's not a quick fix every single time, but a consistent friend for your digestive health. And the taste, they're sweet and chewy. A nice alternative to sugary snacks. Just make sure you store them properly to keep them fresh and moist. A sealed container in the pantry is usually fine. So, that's the first food. The humble, yet mighty, prune. Don't dismiss it. Give it a try and see if it helps your system feel a little less stubborn. It's a great example of how natural foods can offer powerful support. Now, moving from one delicious fruit to another. Let's look at something that might already be a regular part of your diet, but you might not realize just how beneficial it is for keeping things moving smoothly. Pears. When we talk about pears, we're talking about another excellent source of dietary fiber. A medium-sized pear, especially if you eat it with the skin on, can provide a significant amount of fiber, often around 5 to 6 grams. Just like prunes, pears contain both soluble and insoluble fiber, contributing to both the softening and bulking of stool. The skin is where a good portion of that insoluble fiber is. So peeling your pears means you're missing out on some of the key benefits. Always try to wash them well and eat them skin and all. Beyond fiber, pears also contain sorbitol, though generally in smaller amounts than prunes. So, you get that gentle, water-drawing effect as well. They also have fructose, another sugar that can sometimes have a mild laxative effect in some people, especially when consumed in larger quantities. It's the combination of the high fiber content, the sorbitol, and the natural sugars that makes pears a helpful food for promoting regularity. Pears are also packed with water. Hydration is absolutely critical for preventing and relieving constipation. When you're not properly hydrated, your body pulls water from your digestive tract, making stools harder and more difficult to pass. Eating water-rich foods like pears contributes to your overall fluid intake, helping to keep things moist and moving. Think of fiber as the broom that sweeps things along, and water from drinking and water-rich foods as the lubrication that makes the sweeping easier. Incorporating pears into your diet is wonderfully simple and versatile. You can eat them raw as a snack. They are delicious on their own, offering a sweet, slightly gritty texture depending on the variety. Slice them up and add them to a salad. Dice them and stir them into yogurt or cottage cheese. Bake them with a sprinkle of cinnamon for a warm, comforting dessert. Add them to smoothies. Pair them with a small amount of cheese or nuts for a balanced snack. Because they're seasonal, enjoy them when they are at their peak ripeness. They're sweeter and often softer then, making them even easier on your system. Different varieties have slightly different textures and sweetness levels, so you might find you prefer one type over another. Bartlett, Bosc, Anjou, they're all good. Just like with prunes, consistency is key. Try to make a pear a regular part of your diet, perhaps having one a day or every other day. Again, start with a reasonable portion, maybe half to a whole pear, and see how your body responds. Adding fiber gradually is important to avoid bloating or gas, which can happen when your system isn't used to it. If you're significantly increasing your fiber intake with these foods, make sure you're also increasing your water intake. That pairing is essential for fiber to work correctly. Fiber without enough water can actually worsen constipation. So, between the power of prunes and the refreshing goodness of pears, you already have two simple, tasty ways to start tackling digestive sluggishness. Both are readily available in most grocery stores and can be easily incorporated into your daily meals and snacks. They offer different textures and flavors, so you have options depending on what you're in the mood for. Remember, these aren't just about getting things moving. They're also nutrient-dense foods that contribute to your overall health. Adding them is a win-win. Now that we've talked about two fantastic fruits, let's shift our focus slightly to another category, something you might already have in your pantry, perhaps for baking or adding to smoothies. I'm talking about flaxseed. These tiny seeds pack a significant punch when it comes to digestive health. largely due to their impressive fiber content and unique properties when they come into contact with water. Flaxseed contains both soluble and insoluble fiber, much like prunes and pears. But it's particularly high in soluble fiber. When ground flaxseed is mixed with liquid, it forms a gel-like consistency. This gel is fantastic for your digestive system. It helps to soften the stool and adds bulk, making it easier to pass. It also works by slowing down digestion slightly, which can help you feel fuller for longer. But its main benefit here is its ability to absorb water and create that smooth-moving gel. The insoluble fiber in flaxseed provides the necessary bulk, helping to stimulate the bowel. To get the most benefit from flaxseed for constipation, it's crucial to use ground flaxseed rather than whole seeds. Whole flax seeds can pass through your digestive system largely undigested, meaning you miss out on a lot of the fiber and other nutrients. Grinding them yourself in a coffee grinder or buying pre-ground flaxseed, often called flaxseed meal, is the way to go. If you buy it pre-ground, it's best to store it in the refrigerator or freezer to keep it fresh, as the oils in flaxseed can go rancid. Consistency and hydration are absolutely non-negotiable when using flaxseed. Because of its high fiber content and gelling properties, you must drink plenty of water throughout the day when you're adding flaxseed to your diet. If you eat flaxseed without adequate hydration, it can potentially worsen constipation by creating a blockage. Think of that gel. It needs enough water to flow smoothly. A general guideline is to mix the ground flaxseed with a generous amount of water or another liquid. For example, if you add a tablespoon of ground flaxseed to your yogurt, make sure you drink a full glass of water with it or shortly after. So, how do you easily add flaxseed? It's incredibly versatile because it has a mild, slightly nutty flavor that blends well into many foods. A popular way is to stir 1 or 2 tablespoons into your morning oatmeal or cereal. It disappears right in and boosts the fiber significantly. You can blend it into smoothies. It adds thickness and nutrients. Sprinkle it over yogurt, cottage cheese, or even salads. You can also bake it into muffins, bread, or cookies. Though the heat might slightly reduce the omega-3 content, another benefit of flaxseed, you still get the valuable fiber. Start slow with flaxseed, maybe just 1 tablespoon a day, and gradually increase to 2 tablespoons if needed and tolerated. Give your body time to adjust. The key is daily, consistent use, combined with that all-important hydration. You're not just adding fiber, you're adding a lubricating, bulking agent that works differently than just insoluble fiber alone. It's a gentle but effective tool. Moving on to our 4th food, another pantry staple for many, particularly breakfast lovers: oats. Like flaxseed, oats are a fantastic source of fiber, especially a type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan. Beta-glucan forms a gel in the digestive tract, much like the soluble fiber in flaxseed, which helps to soften stool and make it easier to pass. It also acts as a prebiotic, meaning it feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut, which is important for overall digestive health. A healthy gut microbiome can influence bowel regularity. Oats are incredibly easy to incorporate into your diet. The most common way is, of course, oatmeal. Whether you prefer rolled oats, quick oats, or steel-cut oats, they all offer significant fiber. A bowl of oatmeal in the morning is a warm, comforting, and effective way to start your day with a boost for your digestion. You can enhance its benefits even further by adding some of the other foods we've talked about, like chopped prunes, sliced pears, or a sprinkle of ground flaxseed. Talk about a power breakfast for regularity. But oats aren't just for breakfast bowls. You can add rolled oats to smoothies. They blend in easily and add thickness and fiber. Use oat flour ground oats in baking recipes. Add a handful of oats to meatloaf or meatballs as a binder, which also adds fiber. Sprinkle them over yogurt. Make overnight oats by soaking them in milk or yogurt overnight with some fruit and seeds. A no-cook, grab-and-go option. Consistency is key here too, making oats a regular part of your breakfast routine, or adding them to other meals, provides a steady supply of that beneficial beta-glucan and other fibers, and just like with flaxseed and other high-fiber foods. Remember the importance of hydration. Drink water with your oatmeal or throughout the morning to help that fiber do its job effectively. Oats are also known for being gentle on the digestive system for most people, making them a great choice if you have a sensitive stomach. They are filling and nutritious, providing sustained energy throughout the morning. So, a simple bowl of oatmeal isn't just a healthy meal. It's an active step towards better digestive health. It's a wonderful example of how everyday foods can have powerful, positive effects on our bodies, especially as we navigate the changes that come with age. Don't underestimate the power of this simple grain. Now, let's talk about our fifth and final food, one that might not be on everyone's plate daily, but absolutely should be considered for its digestive benefits: lentils. Lentils, along with other legumes like beans and peas, are champions of fiber. They are among the most fiber-rich foods you can eat, providing both soluble and insoluble fiber in significant amounts. A single cup of cooked lentils can contain around 15 to 16 grams of fiber. That's a huge chunk of your daily recommended intake. The high fiber content in lentils adds significant bulk to your stool, which is essential for stimulating bowel contractions and moving things along. This bulk also helps prevent the stool from becoming hard and dry. Furthermore, lentils contain resistant starch. Resistant starch is a type of carbohydrate that isn't fully digested in the small intestine. Instead, it travels to the large intestine, where it's fermented by beneficial gut bacteria. This fermentation process produces short-chain fatty acids, which are beneficial for colon health, and also helps to increase stool bulk and moisture, aiding in regularity. Another benefit of lentils is that they are a great source of plant-based protein, vitamins, and minerals. Adding them to your diet provides nutritional density beyond just the fiber. They are relatively inexpensive, easy to store dry for a long time, and very versatile in cooking. You might be wondering how to actually eat more lentils. They are much easier to incorporate than you might think. Lentils are the base of many delicious and hearty dishes. Lentil soup is a classic, warming, filling, and packed with fiber. Lentil chili is another popular option. You can make lentil curries, use them in stews, or even make lentil patties or burgers. Cooked lentils can be added to salads for extra protein and fiber, or mashed and used as a filling for tacos or wraps. One tip for cooking lentils: rinse them thoroughly before cooking. Different types of lentils: green, brown, red, have slightly different cooking times, but generally, they cook relatively quickly compared to larger beans, often within 20-30 minutes without needing to pre-soak. Red lentils cook down and become quite soft, perfect for thickening soups or sauces, while green and brown lentils hold their shape better, making them good for salads or side dishes. Because lentils are so high in fiber and also contain certain types of carbohydrates that can produce gas during fermentation by gut bacteria, it's best to introduce them into your diet gradually if you don't eat them often. Start with a small serving, maybe half a cup, and see how your body reacts before increasing the portion size. This gradual introduction can help minimize potential gas and bloating. And, yes, you guessed it, make sure you are drinking enough water when you eat lentils. That high fiber content needs plenty of fluid to work its magic effectively and comfortably. So, we've covered 5 incredible foods: prunes, pears, flaxseed, oats, and lentils. Each brings something unique to the table, but they all share the common thread of being excellent sources of fiber, both soluble and insoluble, which is absolutely fundamental for maintaining regular bowel movements, especially as our digestive systems can sometimes slow down with age. We talked about how prunes use sorbitol and fiber, how pears contribute hydration and fiber, how flaxseed creates that wonderful gelling action with fiber and water, how oats bring beta-glucan and prebiotics, and how lentils offer a powerhouse of fiber and resistant starch. Remember, the goal here isn't necessarily to eat all 5 foods every single day. Although you certainly could mix and match them, it's about understanding which natural options are available to you and consciously incorporating one or two or more of them into your regular eating habits. Consistency is far more important than intensity. A prune or two daily. A sprinkle of flaxseed in your oatmeal a few times a week. Adding lentils to your soup or salad a couple of times. These small, consistent changes are what will make the biggest difference over time. Finding relief from constipation is about supporting your body's natural processes. These foods don't force things through. They provide the necessary components, the bulk, the lubrication, the healthy gut bacteria support, to help your system work more efficiently on its own. It's a gentle, sustainable approach. Now, I promised you something that might surprise you at the end, and it's not another food, but something about how you use these foods and live your life alongside them. The surprising truth, which many people overlook, is that even the best high-fiber foods won't work effectively if you're not properly hydrated and aren't moving your body enough. Yes, the surprise is that you need to pair these foods with plenty of water and some gentle physical activity. Think about it. Fiber needs water to swell up and create that soft bulk. Without enough water, it can become dense and actually make things worse. So, as you increase your intake of these fiber-rich foods, make a conscious effort to sip water throughout the day. Don't wait until you're thirsty. By then, you're already a bit dehydrated. Keep a water bottle handy and make it a habit. And physical activity. Even something as simple as a daily walk can do wonders for your digestive system. Movement helps to stimulate the muscles in your intestines, which helps to move stool through. Combining these fantastic foods with adequate hydration and regular, gentle movement is the truly powerful trio for combating constipation naturally after 60. It's not just one secret food. It's using food smartly alongside other healthy habits. It's empowering to know that you have natural tools at your disposal to address common issues like constipation. You don't have to just accept it as a normal part of aging. By making simple, enjoyable changes to your diet and lifestyle, you can significantly improve your digestive comfort and overall well-being. Start small, be patient with your body, and celebrate the progress you make. Remember, small changes really can make a big difference to your health and happiness, especially as we get older. Taking care of your digestive health is a huge part of feeling your best. These 5 foods, prunes, pears, flaxseed, oats, and lentils, are wonderful allies in that journey. Give them a try. Experiment with how you incorporate them. Find the ways that work best for you and your tastes. I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried any of these foods for digestive health? Do you have a favorite way to eat them? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your tips might help someone else in our community. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a like. It really helps the channel and lets me know what kind of content you find valuable. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing so you don't miss out on future videos packed with practical tips for living your best life at every age. Thank you for watching. Here's to feeling comfortable, regular, and living your best life at every age.